Hello, it's Ben Cohen here from the 4D Library, and I'm going to demonstrate the 4D framing tools. So let's get stuck in. First, let's go over to our project that we need to create a frame for, like this is a roof and ceiling frame. Select the walls, the columns, and the roof planes, copy, and I'm just going to paste them straight into my framing template. Just get it close to the origin, doesn't really matter. And now it's just a matter of working up what we've got. So I started there in my paste in view in the template. Now I'm going to go to my my roof frame view. So here I've got all my roof planes showing. Select all my roof planes. Select the roof accessories. And here's the 4D roofing, but this is for framing. You will see that there's quite a few extra pages through here for framing specific parameters. All I need to do is click OK, and I get a fairly instantaneous roof frame. Now, because this is an accessory, it attaches to the geometry of the roof planes automatically, so you can see as the geometry changes, the framing setup will change. But everything's fine because it's come from a template. So let's just have a look at how we work everything up so it's perfect. First thing is you can see that these rafters aren't lining up perfectly. This happens sometimes, so here I'm just going to start at the bottom of the list, and now I've just eyed that in and I've got my rafters lining up nicely. Next I need to extend these hips because we've got a gable, and I'm just going to select the roof section that has the hip, and then we have it. Now we could extend the rafters too if we wanted. That's just a matter of going into the hotspot display and show the rafter hotspots. They're just turned off by default because they just create way too many hotspots on the plan and it gets very cumbersome. So there you go. I've extended the rafters up through here too. Next here, the framing system thinks that this is a ridge. It's just a matter of changing this hotspot to make that a bottom chord, and we'll have a bottom chord ordered there. Now the ridges work in that we have a half a ridge on one side and a half a ridge on the other, and that kind of creates a hole. Now over here, because we don't have a matching ridge on the other side because of the gable, we've got a bottom chord. Okay, next, wherever we've got some high sections of gutter, we need to just tell the fascia that that is not an internal edge. You can see that there. Here it's ordering a barge for this endpoint, which is fine. We can move the text around if we want, but I'm not going to do too much of that today because I'm trying to get this video done in as little time as possible. You can see there's a barge being ordered through here, which is great, but the fascia doing an internal joiner, so we want that sleeve to be non-existent. Through here we've got a barge there that doesn't need to be there. So I'm just going to remove the barge. Then we've got an overlapping gutter, that internal sleeve, just make that NA. And then last but not least, over here we've got a barge that needs to be removed. An internal sleeve for the fascia doesn't need to be there, and that's it. So pretty much in a few minutes we've got all the rafters, all the hips, the ridges, all the fascia, all the fascia sleeves, and the barge boards all being ordered. And of course valley boards, all getting ordered as we need. You can see here the valley here is stopping where that roof plane stops. So we can extend that valley board through to the next rafter, which is how chippies like to do it. And maybe we'll extend that one through there. These ones will be fine. These ones will be fine. That will be fine because there's a rafter landing on this. Oh, some people might like that extended out to there. And same with this valley board, we'll extend that through to the next rafter. Okay, now we're good. All right, now let's have a look at underpurlins. To do the underpurlins, just select the roof planes that will need underpurlins. So anything with a long sort of rafter, a 3-3, we won't worry about that so much right now. But all these roof planes will need 2 rows of underpurlins. So here I'm in the underpurlins page, select 2, click OK, and you can see I've got 2 rows of underpurlins. Now it's just a matter of working up these underpurlins. So there's an arrow pointing to a hotspot that's got a circle around it, and that's just telling me where I can move the underpurlin from. So I'm just going to create some logical spots. What I might do, I'm not quite sure if this underpurlin can be strutted to that wall. So through here, I can change my model view option here to strut fill on. Now this hatched area is a 30-degree strut, and that dashed line is a 45. Well, I'd like to easily just get onto that wall with a 30-degree strut, so we'll just take that through to there. Now I just might turn that strut fill off because it's distracting. And through here, that underpurlin is overspan. Here's the join for the underpurlin. I'm just going to put it over that wall. Now we've got a 4-5 and a 5-4. So that is looking pretty good. Next I might put 1 row of underpurlin around this section of roof. Okay. Just move that up just to get them lining up a bit nicer. Maybe a bit more. Okay. Underpurlins here. There's going to be a steel beam through there, so I might just leave that one for now. That seems a little bit low, so we'll take that through to there. That through to there. Move my joiner near that wall. Turn my strutting fill on. Yep, I'm hitting that wall nicely. Strutting fill off. There's going to be beams through here to pick up this section, so we should have no problem there. Now that's too low. I can go up to this point. Let's turn the strutting fill on again. Yes, easily finding that. Might even move that down the hill a bit using this one. That's good. Now this one up the hill a bit. Move the join position. Okay, so we are overspan through there, so maybe I can move that through to this point. No, I think we're going to need another underpurlin. 7-2, 5-4. I can move that to there, but then I can't strut it. So let's can we get it to there? Oh no, that's going to work all right. We've got a 7-5 join on this wall, and then a 6 meter. So let's turn that strutting fill off because it's distracting, and looking pretty good. Might just put one underpurlin in this section, up quite high. Yeah, that's looking good. Okay. Next, I will have a look at my engineering to see where my beams need to go. Now, this project has already had its engineering done, so we've got a steel beam through here and here, and here. Okay, and steel through there. So let's put them in. So first off, we've got a 200 UB 18. I've just got a favorite set up there. Ooh, I'll just change my stretch method to stretch and rotate so I can get this beam in. You can see the top view of the beam shows a splay. I can just use this hotspot here to splay the end. Now I've got two splays. I'll change that to BO1. And my next one needs to be BO2. Now I'll just go back to a one splay steel. Ugh, splay is on the wrong side. Straight cut. Splay the end. Okay, next I had no splay through here. Got that quite straight. And I had a one splay from here through to here. And next I had one splay through here. Now see, we've got BO5 connecting to BO3. Just select that beam, notes in the schedule, connect to BO3. Now let's have a look at this connection here. No, we're going to need another underpurlin. So I'm just going to add a purlin to run one. Click OK. And now we've got a new underpurlin joint. It's up here. The R2 is the joint. There we go. So we've got a join right over the beam. We're going to have to put a beam over that door, and that just continues through to there. Really, we probably could go up a bit. So let's send that up to there. Send that up along the ridge. Move that down. Oh, now I don't need that underpurlin. Make that 0. Move my joint to here, and we've got a 4, 5 and a 6. Beautiful. Okay, UB 200 nose splay. Just gonna run that through like so. I'll put an LVL through there. No, let's not get silly. Let's do another steel. Okay, and the last one was a steel through here. Okay, so now I've got a fairly struttable roof. Now I can start looking at my ceiling. So I'll just pause it there and grab a drink, and then we'll get onto the ceiling. Okay, before we move on to the ceiling framing, let's just do a quick review of what we've done here. So we've applied all this framing using the Archicad roof accessories. We instantly get all our rafters, hips, valleys, valley boards, etc. They need a little bit of modification to suit each roof. We then added underpurlins. We stretched up our hips where this gable end is, and we've also stretched up rafters to meet that new hip. Look, I guess we should have a look at the 3D view. Although the 3D view is kind of not as important for this sort of stuff. It's really helping having 3D where we've got our strutting fill and it's working out our roof lengths and all that sort of stuff. But when this goes onto site and we're handing over documents to the tradespeople, all they want to see is the roof overlay. They don't really care about the 3D. So what we've got to do is make sure that our floor plan view of everything is looking correct. But it's nice to have the 3D there and know it's working in the background. So ceiling frame. I'll just turn on my trace and reference of the walls below, and let's just start down here in the garage. So for the ceiling, we have what we call the ceiling system. So double click the ceiling system, activates the favorite, and here we have our joist type, and we've got these buttons for removing hangers and resetting everything, and a button to turn off the end joist because it always ends with an end joist, and you can turn the joist off completely if all you want is the hangers. So if we start in here, now we go to the inside of the wall, use this method in Archicad, start at the inside of the wall. Because I'm finishing at a beam here, I'm just going to stop beam, because here we want our hangers. So there's a hot spot at the end of each hanger. We want our hangers to stop at that steel there. We also don't really want that extra end joist, so let's turn that off, and let's now go to the next one. So we click and click, stretch out our hangers so they meet that steel beam. Bring this one up. You can see the hangers change size as the length changes. So we've gone from a 190 to a 170, and over there we've got a 120. Actually that is an external area, so we really want to change that to 450 centers. So through here I can just simply change the centers to 450 through there. I've actually got a favorite set up for 450 as well. Okay, so back to 600, up to the beam, up to the beam. Now here I might extend these joists through. That's 1840. So let's have a look. Let's measure that span. 1750, that should be okay. And here, see there's a hot spot in the middle here that extends every joist on that side, not just individual joists. So if I open that up, I'll turn off that extra joist. Now back to ceiling system 600. Through to here. Through here, I might send them all the way. This one to there. And then just go hangers only. Stretch that over the top. And see, this way I can move the hanger by getting that mid hotspot and just nudging it along a bit. And this way we've got longer joists for this section, because the carpenters prefer long joists where possible. That through to there. No, I might just leave that there. Go to another ceiling system. Through to here. Extend those joists all the way to this wall. These ones are going too far, so individual joists can be pulled back. Now I'll go to hangers only, just to get hangers through here. And across a bit. I'm just looking at this point here, and we might need a hanger just through here. So I've got another favorite for individual hangers called Hanger Automatic, meaning that it can automatically size itself as it needs. That's just a little one. Okay, so now let's do ceiling through this section. It's going to be quite tricky. Ooh, change my method. Once again, go halfway through the beam. So here. Move that down. Okay, I'll get rid of that extra end joist. Stretch that one down. That one down, and this one, actually that, what am I doing? Might as well just take that all the way through there. And then just do a little section through there. Quite a complicated bit of ceiling through here. Now, what do I want? Do I want to extend? Maybe I'll extend these joists through, like so, and then do that one to there. I really should go to the other side of the wall. Okay, I'm going to have to put a little counter beam through there. So let's go CL counter beam, change my stretch method, put that through here. Now I'll go hangers only, change my method again, keep forgetting to change my method. So we've got a hanger going to that counter beam. And now just go back to the ceiling system 600 and start doing these rooms. Just stretch that over. What the hell? Display issues here. Okay. Through to there. Stretch it over. See what length they are. 8.7, that's right. And just go hangers only. Start here, through to there, here, to there. And I might just do an automatic hanger through this section here and here. Okay, next we probably need an LVL through this here just for the strutting. Let's change that to a 240 by 63. And now let's go ceiling system 450. Ooh, once again. Through there. Ooh. Display is a bit different, isn't it? That's a, oh, it's using a 45. No, I don't want to really do that. So I'm just going to untick full label. Yeah, it gets a bit messy. And yeah, let's put a hanger automatic over this full height opening. Okay, and that's actually looking pretty good. Now we will have to put in some joists through here. So what I might do is just go into my cement sheeting view, and you can see we've got a bit of ceiling that needs to be done above the entry. So I'm just going to go to my ceiling system at 90. What that'll do is just make my joists go the other direction. I've just turned the layer on because I want the layer to be on, and you can see they're going up the page now. Okay, so ceiling frame, a bit more involved, not a simple click like with the roofing, but you know, that's pretty much done. Now let's just do the cement sheeting and then we'll export. Okay, first off, let's do the eaves. I've got a favorite here for my eaves. Stretch method. I always go past a bit. So the eaves will create a sheet at a whole sheet at each point. So I always go past to see where that whole sheet finishes. So we've got a bit of offcut there. That's fine. I'll just start on the inside of that one. Take it through to here. Ooh. Now, a full sheet doesn't quite make it all the way down, and I don't think our offcut is long enough, so let's put another sheet in there by extending that hotspot. Okay, easy enough. Now let's do the garage. Let's just place that. That is pointing the right way. Start on that corner. So here we go as many sheets as we can this way. So we really want that to go to there. Opening up this part, you can see we can change all our sheet setouts. We can turn off joiners on the edges if we need to, which we do need to do here. And there we have it. So next, there's a bit of eave sheet actually at the front. So let's go back to the eave. Ooh. Take that through to there. And why don't we just copy that, reduce it. See, there's hotspots. Maybe I'll get it away from all the other busy stuff. See, there's hotspots at the end of the sheet that allow me to change it to a different size. And if I stretch it up, yeah, we've got an 18 by 1200. If I use this one, it'll put in extra sheets. Easy peasy. So now I've got two 1800 by 900 sheets of Hardy Flex for the entry. I could actually leave them out there just for the sake of being a little bit easier to read. Okay, so that's that. Let's have a look at our 3D view now. We've got all the ceiling in there. We've got Hardy Flex. Now the only thing left to do, and something I always forget, is collar ties. So what collar ties have we got? Let's go to a 5/4 collar tie. Plonk it there. Yep. And there. 5/4 looks pretty good. Put one on every column, so it goes from plate to ridge to plate. Ooh, we've got an issue here with overspan. Why didn't I pick that up first time? Let's move that to there. Let's move that to there. Yeah, no, that's not going to work. So let's take that through to there. Yep, 7.2. Yep, good. Okay, so there's our collar types done. Now let's have a look at our export. So let's go. So we've checked everything. Oh look, the last thing we could possibly do would be to add some hardware. Go to the hardware, and in here I can add in any bit of hardware that we like. Let's say we need some hardy plank for that gable end. Let's go 8 lengths at 4.2. Then some bugle head screws. Let's go 100 of them. Whatever hardware is needed. There's snap-ins and all sorts of stuff, but of course you can add your own hardware in here. Flem deckers. Let's go 50 flem deckers, and let's give them a cost center. In the item code, click OK. So the description of our, there we go, that's better. All right, so we've added our hardware. Now we need to export. So we'll go back to the roof frame view, go to the 4D roof export, double click that, and this creates a text file on your hard drive that contains all the information for the cutting list. The cutting list then brings in that text file and sorts it and formats it nicely. So let's have a look. Click OK. Over to the cutting list. There it is. So that has automatically filled itself out. It's reading that text file as we speak. At the moment, it's filtering by load. This is a single story job, so we don't need to filter by load. Now, this cutting list will change unless it's locked, because it's still reading that text file I'm talking about. So if we open it up and go lock the file, we've got some globals that can be run and then an export redone. This is some advanced functions that I might go over in another video. Let's see how we go. Click OK. So now there's the job, and we've got all our rafters. You can see all the lengths have been quantified, 4 at 5.4, etc, etc, etc. Every single item in there is listed. See in hardware, we've got our flem deckers, 50, and our tech screws, and etc, etc. We can expand that column actually if we don't like that. I'll take that. The quantity column will actually wrap using rich text. So that quantity column wraps, but the description will not. And that description's quite large. Ooh, still not quite right. Damn it. This is something that maybe could be set up in the template a little bit better. Pieces. Let's extend that out. Extend that out. The totals. You can see that the whole thing is rewrapping itself as we redo that column. If you have a look at the purlins there, make that really small, and the purlins become 3 rows. Widen up the quantity column, and we have yeah, many more rows. But that is a very neat cutting list. We can do all sorts of things in here too, where we can go into the advanced setup and we can say hide the hardware. We can do all sorts of stuff, but that's for another video. And there we have it, a full cutting list. Going over to our layouts, they're all just going to update automatically. We've got a beam schedule for all those steel beams that we created, all ready to go. That note there, let's open that. You can see the note. Come on, stretch. Oh, okay, let's go in here. Columns, notes. Let's make that note 25. Even that's not big enough. Okay, columns. Let's make that one 50. Okay, and then we can move it back from there. Close that. That looks good. Okay, there we have a full cutting list for a single-story home, done in really what would be under half an hour, ready to go. Okay, all right, thanks for watching, and give me some feedback. Email me at ben.cohen@4dlibrary.com.au and I can answer any other questions that you have. All right, thank you and goodbye.